I'm David, 38, and if you'd asked me a year ago what I thought marriage was, I would have said it was about weathering storms together, building a life where even silence felt comfortable. But last month, that silence turned into a wall between me and Sarah, my wife of 10 years. It started quietly. The small conversations at dinner became shorter. The warmth in her eyes dimmed. She stopped laughing at my bad jokes, the same ones she used to roll her eyes at and then kiss me after. Every marriage goes through phases, right? That's what I told myself. But deep down, I knew. The breaking point came one Thursday evening. I walked in after a late shift, tired but relieved to be home. She was sitting on the couch, staring at her phone, not even looking up when I came in. I dropped my bag, forced a smile, and said, "Hey, how was your day?" She didn't answer right away. When she finally did, her voice was flat. "David, I can't stand this anymore. I can't stand you anymore." The words cut like glass. I just stood there, replaying them in my head, wondering if I'd heard wrong. We'd fought before, sure, but this wasn't anger. It was finality. I felt the ground tilt beneath me. Before I could even respond, her friend Rachel, who had been visiting that evening, shifted in her seat. She glanced at Sarah, then at me, and in a low whisper, barely audible, she said, "Wait for me outside." I froze. Did I hear that right? My wife just told me she couldn't stand me, and her closest friend was telling me to wait outside? My heart was racing. I grabbed my keys and stepped out into the night air, leaning against the car parked in the driveway, replaying both voices in my mind. The coldness in Sarah's, the strange softness in Rachel's. The minutes felt like hours. I thought about everything. Our wedding day, the vows, the first time Sarah told me she loved me, the home we'd built together. Had it all been slipping through my fingers without me noticing? Was I that blind? Then the door creaked open, and Rachel stepped out. She didn't look like someone who had just left a casual chat. Her face was pale, tense, as though she was carrying the weight of something unspeakable. She walked up to me, crossed her arms, and said, "David, you need to hear this." My stomach nodded. A part of me already knew this wasn't going to be about saving my marriage. It was about exposing it. She looked straight into my eyes and said, "Sarah hasn't been honest with you. She's been seeing someone else. And it's been going on for months." The words sank like stones. Suddenly, her distance, her lack of touch, the way she avoided my eyes, all of it snapped into cruel focus. I wanted to deny it, to tell Rachel she was lying, but her expression was too steady, too heavy with truth. I staggered back, pressing a hand to my forehead. Betrayal doesn't hit like a single blow. It spreads through your chest, a wave of disbelief and anger fighting for dominance. I felt hollow, like I was watching my life unravel from outside my own body. But Rachel wasn't finished. She lowered her voice even further. "The man she's seeing isn't just anyone. Someone close. Too close." I clenched my fists, trying to steady my breathing. "Who?" I asked, though part of me wasn't sure I wanted the answer. Rachel hesitated, her lips trembling. "It's Mark." The name hit me like a hammer. Mark. My closest friend. The man who had stood beside me at my wedding. The one I'd trusted with secrets I hadn't told anyone else. The image of Sarah and him together flashed in my mind, so sharp and vile that I had to grip the car door to keep from collapsing. "How long?" I asked, my voice low, almost a growl. "Since last fall," Rachel whispered. "I only found out a few weeks ago." I confronted Sarah, begged her to come clean, but she didn't care. She said she was done with you and that Mark makes her feel alive again. Alive again. The phrase echoed in my ears like a taunt. 10 years of marriage, a decade of sacrifice, loyalty, and love. And she used those words for someone else. Couldn't go back inside. If I saw her face, I wasn't sure what I'd do or say. So I stayed there in the driveway, staring at the cracks in the pavement, as if they held the answers to how a life could fall apart so easily. Rachel touched my arm gently. "You don't deserve this, David." She's been planning to leave, but she didn't want to lose the comfort of your stability until she had someone else lined up. I couldn't watch her keep playing you. The night air was cold, but inside I was burning. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart. It scorches every memory, every moment you thought was real. I thought of the dinners Sarah cooked while texting, the sudden girls' nights that seemed more frequent, the perfume I didn't recognize lingering on her clothes. I dismissed them all, telling myself I was overthinking. I wasn't. I was being played. Finally, I straightened up. "Thank you for telling me," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. Rachel's eyes softened. "What are you going to do?" I didn't answer right away. Instead, I thought about the man I had been. Patient, forgiving, always trying to smooth things over. That man had been blindsided, humiliated. Now, standing there in the dim glow of the porch light, I realized he was gone. The next morning, I packed a suitcase, walked past Sarah without a word, and drove away. She tried to speak, but I didn't stop. I left behind the house, the photographs, the ghost of the life I thought we had. Weeks have passed since then. Some days the pain feels raw, other days it dulls into silence. But I've learned something important. Sometimes the most powerful response isn't screaming or pleading. It's clarity. It's the quiet decision to step away when someone shows you they don't value you anymore. As for Mark and Sarah, I hear they're together now. Maybe they deserve each other. Betrayal binds them tighter than love ever could. And me? I'm not broken. I'm rebuilding. The betrayal might have ended my marriage, but it didn't end me.